It's Monday, March 20th. Zach, what's on the show today?
Hey, we got a few guests here in our studio. Carol Smith and Miranda Penn here with Frankfurt Kiwanis talking about the upcoming Kiwanis Pancake breakfast that they do every year. It's always a good time. I think we're going to talk a little bit of basketball if you want, buddy.
Yeah. I don't really want, but we probably need to.
Might should. Yeah, maybe should. Yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit of that. We've got some fun stuff too, and we got I'm excited about our question of the day.
Yeah, me too. I think it should lead to some fun discussion. Well, I think we'll have a good time with that.
So let's no further delay. Let's get right to it.
Yeah. Around 10 is brought to you by Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher. You need realtors who can help navigate the current fast-paced real estate market, so choose local realtors that treat you like family, because real estate is what they do and families are why they do it.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Around 10, Frankfurt's morning show. I'm Scott Stafford. I was over here, but I think we're over here. There we go. Zach, how you doing?
Doing good. Yeah, feeling pretty good on a Monday morning. What about you?
Yeah, not bad. I mean, it's never fun after you exit the NCAA tournament. I think we all knew it was coming this year. It wasn't one of those years where it was like, yeah, we're gonna win the whole thing. But still, you at least like to make it to the second weekend. That way, you extend the process. And you're not out of it right up front.
You have a week to kind of get excited
to enjoy the whole thing.
Keep enjoying it and keep talking about it. Yeah.
Is it nice to be free of the expectations? Like you didn't have to worry about it this year at all?
Honestly, yeah. Like it was fun. It's been fun the last couple of years to be able to like watch the tournament and have no investment really whatsoever. You can like pick up engagement from other things where it's like I want, UK to do well. I'm certainly not one of the Louisville fans that that enjoys the Schadenfreude or whatever. Yeah. But and then you pick up teams along the way. Like I was enjoying Florida Atlantic. I don't know why, like their aesthetic and their logo, they're the owls. Just like that a lot. And then like the red and blue colors. I don't know. It was doing it for me. And then they won last night. And the kid, I don't know if you saw, but the kid had like an unfortunate moment where the coach for FDU, 16 seed, the team that beat Purdue, it did so well. There was about 7 seconds left, and they were going to lose, and so he called his players off to not foul. And then Florida Atlantic, like, Hail Marys the ball up, and this kid tries a windmill dunk of the century, like, with 2 seconds left. And the whole arena booed. Like,
you don't do that.
You don't do it. It's one of those weird, it's like an unwritten rule. You just don't do it in basketball. And so you could see, like, the coach was, like, apologizing profusely to the losing coach. And it was just kind of left a weird taste in your mouth afterwards.
Well, he won't do it again.
No, he missed it too. It was karma. He hit banked off the So, but there's been some good basketball.
There has, and Saturday was great. My Saturday night started out with I was flying high, and
after Friday you won.
We won on Friday, so you were good. You could enjoy all the Saturday games. And the first thing we saw was this, and this is one moment, one instance of many of flopping by Duke players, which they are wont to do. And but that was so sweet, and I told my family and friends, like, unless Kentucky wins a championship, apart from that, like win the whole thing, I don't think there's anything I enjoy more than Duke losing. And I don't care if that's hateful. I don't care. Like that's like there's nothing better in the tournament than that. I can't stand them. I don't want them to win one. So every time they go out, it's just like thank you. They can't win a championship. And then you followed that up with another SEC win against the Jayhawks. Arkansas sent Kansas home. And Zach, did you watch any of that one?
I did. I watched the end of it, and I was watching it. I was at Mirror Twin in Lexington.
Okay.
And so big applause from the Mirror Twin crowd there.
Yeah.
They love seeing Kansas lose, I think is the more important thing. And then probably a few claps for an SEC team, but mostly Kansas losing.
Does that mean you got to see this next picture?
Sure did. I was like, is that the coach? I think that's the coach.
Yeah.
you get a yellow card for that.
Yeah,
in
you
soccer.
do.
So
And he should have. I wish he could have gotten it. I mean, it's ridiculous. Eric Musselman, clearly not Muscle Man, but I don't know why he feels the need to do this. He did this.
Did he do this before?
At his last school? Yeah, when they made it to the Sweet 16.
So this is probably the first one was maybe a heat of the moment, spontaneous thing, and then this is like a callback.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Let it go away. That can be the end of that. I mean, can you imagine Coach Cal doing that?
No. And then, because the first thing that comes to your mind is like, okay, you're enjoying yourself, maybe act like you've been there. And I had that same thought with the kid who did the windmill dunk, act like you've been there. But it's the first time that school in program history has ever gone to the Sweet 16. Yeah. So I was like, I get it. He's 20 years old. That's a grown man, though.
That is a grown, supposedly.
Little to no alcohol intake.
Musselman's a weird dude. I don't know. But then that led to Sunday, and many tears in this bluegrass state. And there's the little guy from New York, the diminutive point guard who was fantastic.
He was lights out.
Yeah. Noel, I think his name is. And lots of pictures here of that's a pretty good one. But listen, I'm not going to break this down. If our viewers want to commiserate about it and do a full breakdown of kind of what happened and what the game looked like and what the season was, and
sure,
we can do that. We'll do it in Hot Topics if you want it. I'm not going to.
Folks just have to comment on our Facebook page.
If you want to get into more detail, just tell us. Otherwise, I'm not gonna. I think it was a disappointing year all the way around. I think you went in with high expectations and a returning National Player of the Year, and it was very up and down. And every time you thought, okay, we got things going, and then the bottom would fall out, and then it was a weird year.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, and as a Louisville fan, the goal next year is to win 5 games, not 4.
That's a good start for them.
That's a positive season.
It wasn't a great year in Kentucky basketball, but here we go. So this one's over.
Yep.
Kentucky's got a high-ranked class coming in next year, but some of the pieces you lose this year you could really use. We'll see. Again, I'm not going to go. I could talk about it for hours, but we're not going to. And if you want to hear more about it, you can tell us. But so on more fun note, Zach, you've told me before that you particularly have a fondness for movies with intermissions.
Oh yeah, bring it back. This is the hill that I'll die on, is put intermission back into movies in the theaters. Yeah. Nice. If you want to edit it out for the home release, you can, but it's not a big deal. You can just stream ahead. You can just fast forward. It's fine. But for the movie theater, if you are facing down a 3-hour film, or some of these Marvel movies, or even up into 250 or 230, 245 kind of range, let us take a break. Let us use the restroom or refill the drink or get some popcorn. Theaters will love it. We were talking about this the other day. Theaters will love it. The producers probably not so much. I'm all for it though. It's just like 15 minutes. Let me go use the bathroom and not miss vital plot points.
Right. I'm all for it, and I think theaters would like it. The people that own the theaters. So I was thinking about you because last week I had a chance to watch a couple movies.
Yeah.
And
every movie now is $2.15 minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was watching back in the old days movies. So you had some when you actually had intermissions, because like you said, the long ones now they don't. But I watched 2 back-to-back that had intermissions. I was like, Zach would be loving it.
It's in heaven.
I watched Seven Samurai, which I've watched several times. It's got it on my shelf. It's
Kurosawa.
Yep.
That's a good one.
So I know that one well, but I followed that up with Lawrence of Arabia, which I've avoided.
Another classic.
Yeah, I've avoided my entire life. I didn't want to watch it because why do I want to watch? I knew it was long. I didn't know it was 4 hours long.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to see people wandering around in the desert and Peter O'Toole dressed up like this for 4 hours. I didn't have it. I just really wanted to avoid it, but I just kept seeing how great it was. They just did a 4K release where they cleaned the whole thing up. It was, and it's especially suited for 4K because it was shot in 70 millimeter instead of 35, which your bulk of all movies are shot in 35 millimeter when they use film. And anyway, so I watched this thing, 4 hours long, Zach. I've never seen anything like it. It's fantastic. I don't know if I've thought about buying it because it looks amazing. I don't know if I would watch it again though. Like how often would I put it in? Because, so this is 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
90.
It's tough to revisit.
90% of a 4-hour movie, 90% of the shots are the most carefully crafted, just fully, you could tell everything was storyboarded, like the placement, the lighting, unbelievable. Like to this day, like, I mean, the technology, like that was like 63 or something like that, 63, 65. But I don't think I've seen anything that looks better than that movie. It's unbelievable in the desert and how those conditions, you're shooting in the desert on location and to get these shots. So anyway.
Yeah, you're not doing it on the volume or the green screen, anything like that.
Yeah. So it's out there. I think it's on HBO Max. I think it's living in 4K on HBO Max. I think it's that transfer.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't. So I got a big screen in the basement. And so that was I think if I'd watched it on the 50-inch TV upstairs, then I probably wouldn't have thought much about it. But yeah, I mean, I highly encourage anybody that hasn't seen it to if you love cinematography, watch it. Anyway, that's my little Lawrence of Arabia spiel.
But maybe carve out, because now that's the beauty of like pause. Like you can just pause it and like take a break and then go, finish it up later. Yeah. You might have to watch it in chunks, but
yeah. But you've ever seen it?
I've never watched it. No, never seen it.
Think about it. Think about putting it on.
I'm the same way. I've heard that's one of the best movies ever made.
Give it an hour. Give it so nothing else. Give it half an hour or an hour. Get him into the desert and see some of the shots, and I guarantee you're just going to be blown away by it.
Sure.
Unbelievable. Okay, so now weather. We don't have Storm Team 36, but and I know it might not seem like it outside, but today. Zack, spring officially begins.
Yeah.
It's the vernal equinox, which, if you don't know, it's when the sun crosses the celestial equator from south to north, meaning that from now until the start of fall, there will be more sunlight than night in a day.
Yeah. I first, and I'm happy for this, I first noticed it, we had daylight savings last weekend, and so it first caught on with me, I think, this past weekend, where I looked at my phone and I realized it was still, like, daylight, and I looked at my phone and I just, in my mind, I'm like, okay, it's probably 5:30, something like that, and then I'm like, oh, it's, like, almost 8, or it's 7:30, and
Once you get the savings time jump, then it's really like, whoa, what are we going to do with all this daylight? Yeah. So I hope everybody enjoys that. And it's cold out there. My wife said when we woke up it was 18 degrees. I was like,
it's 18.
That's not. Wow. Yeah, that's not right.
My phone says 30 degrees outside as of 10, 13.
Yeah, we're going from like 18 to 50 today or something like that, which also was insane.
Yeah. Which this was like the high yesterday, like 30. So.
Yeah. Anyway, so. Enjoy that, everybody. I think Chris Bailey. I'm sorry to mention somebody else's name and not Dylan, but I think he said this morning I saw that it was going to warm up this week and it was going to bring a lot of storms with it. So the other thing, one more thing before we get into community calendar, we've got a question of the day for everybody. Yeah. So let me set this up.
Okay.
Saturday night, we were searching for what to eat. I'm taking care of the kiddo. I've got something for the kiddo. What am I going to eat? So I grabbed a frozen pizza, and this guy right here, Totino's Party Pizza,
sure, yeah,
which got many of us through college,
myself included.
Oh, here's a picture that somebody put on the internet. It said Totino's birthday cake pizza. So if you want to try that out,
my first thought was Totino's lasagna. But like stacked like a dozen.
I think that's a better, more of a hearty meal there. But anyway, I'm eating this thing, and I'm thinking to myself, I hate myself that I love this so much.
Yeah.
Oh, look. So I get I get the especially disgusting triple meat pizza.
Okay.
Which is, and it says right on the front, like, sausage. Hi. And
there's a little teaser for you. That's Carol.
And it says right on the front, like all the things that it's supposed to be, like sausage. And it's like the sausage is made out of chicken and this. And like, it's Lord knows what the thing is made of. And it has to be the worst possible thing for you in the world. But I love it so much. And I hate that I love it. So our question of the day is, what's something you wish you didn't love? Zach, do you want to talk about Totino's before you answer this question, or do you have any Totino's thoughts?
Well, Totino's definitely did help me get through college as well. I think it's one of those things. It's not generational. Like everybody has their Totino's experience, I think.
And these things,
and like with ramen as well. Like everybody, it's around for a reason.
Yeah. We did Totino's. We did a lot of JTMs. I don't know if people know what JTMs, but we would buy boxes of frozen hamburger patties, JTMs.
Okay.
And they're fantastic. I think they're soybean burgers, but man, they're really good. Anyway, so Totino's, I think when you were maybe even in college, I think those things were like $1 or less. Like,
oh yeah.
I definitely loved a buck at the most for a long, long time. And maybe when I was in college, I almost want to say they were like 50 cents or something, which makes you really let you know they're made out of good stuff.
The quality is,
yeah. Anyway, is there something else, Zach, that you wish you didn't love?
I think there's lots of ways to interpret the question and ways to go with it. For me, the way I'm vibing this morning, I think it might be just sports in general. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where you put so much time and effort into, and you maybe don't get that investment back all the time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's where you love it, and I don't like regret like choosing teams and following sports. And I'm thinking of my beloved Tottenham Hotspur in London, who have not been playing well and having a tumultuous season back and forth. But it's just it does. You don't always get that, like, I don't know, that positivity and that good feeling after investing a couple hours of your day, right?
Yeah.
Like UK basketball, you just like follow it all year, and you're like, man, I don't know that I enjoyed myself throughout most of that process. So
yeah. And again, that makes me want to go down that road, but I'm not gonna go down the UK basketball road unless our viewers ask for it.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna talk about Coach Cal.
I'm just like baiting you into it now.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about Coach Cal stealing my 90-year-old grandmother's joy, but
no.
Anyway, let us know on Facebook if you're watching. What's something you wish you didn't love, and anything else we talk about today? Hit us up, and we'll get to your comments.
Yeah.
If you're not watching live on Facebook, then you can hit us on the text machine 502-353-0233. You don't even need Facebook, just a phone. Mm-hmm. Send a text to that number right there. Save it in your phone. Just say hi. Whatever you want to do, and
no matter what time of day you're watching, we'll see it.
Yep, exactly. Even if you're watching after the fact, we'll see your comments. Mm-hmm. And so we'll keep up with you. I see Hank Lindsay's watching, and he says, talking about Lawrence of Arabia, he says it's back when movies were movies, and David Lean was a master. He was, and clearly, and I don't know anything about David Lean. I'm a movie lover. I've studied movies. I've studied film in college. I've got books, and I read books about it. And I don't really know David Lean. And I guess it's because he's British and that he doesn't, like, here you don't get the... I mean, are you aware of David Lean?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, Bridge on the River Kwai. Mm-hmm. Where do you know him from?
I know him from that. I know he was a joke in a YouTube video when I was in college. Right. So that's kind of where I know the name from.
Okay, all right.
And some of the movies. So.
Okay. I'm thrown off. I don't know where we're at. Brett said it's called Unforgivable.
Yes, the YouTube video. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
That's
all right.
the
Okay.
YouTube
Gotcha.
Video. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I was lost.
I'm sure. Yeah. For my generation, it was a big deal.
And I'm totally unaware of this. Okay. I don't know that one. Anyway. Okay. So let us know. We'll get to all your comments as we go along, but I don't want to keep our guests waiting anymore. So let's fire up the community calendar.
Yeah.
Like we had some weather something, but I skipped right over it.
Oh, we'll get it. We'll get it in just a second. Right. But we've got Carol Smith and Miranda Penn on the show this morning from Frankfort Kiwanis. Thank you all for being here, and thanks for being so patient this morning.
Oh, that was interesting.
Good morning.
I have not been on a television show of any kind since Romper Room. And you probably don't even know what that is.
I've heard of Romper Room.
I don't.
I was maybe 4 years old, 5 years old or something.
I've heard of Romper Room.
Have you?
Yeah. I'm not familiar. I don't know exactly what it is, but I've heard of it.
And I went with my class. So it was pretty fun.
Nice.
I hope this is even more fun than Romper Room.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it will be.
Okay. All right.
Oh, and I really wish I didn't like Doritos and mashed
good.
potatoes and
answering
all
our-
that kind of stuff. Pizza.
Doritos was one of the first food things in my mind because
Yeah.
I feel like I could just crush a whole bag of the
And I
Cool
wish
Ranch.
salads were bad for you and all that other stuff was good for you.
Yeah,
I like that.
that would be nice.
That would be nice.
That would be real nice.
But y'all are here to talk about the upcoming pancake breakfast, something
Yes.
that
Yes,
we
we are.
glad that we love, right?
Yes,
we love
yes.
breakfast, we love pancakes.
Lots of fluffy pancakes,
that's right.
sausage, gravy, and biscuits.
And it's Saturday.
Yes.
Give us the details first, and then we'll talk about Kiwanis after that.
Next Saturday, the 25th, from 7:30 in the morning till 11 a.m. Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
And that was in the paper yesterday, and maybe last weekend as well. We've been doing this for 76 years this year.
The pancake breakfast.
The pancake breakfast.
Wow, you
Not-
stole the words from my mouth. I was going to ask you how long you've been doing it. Wow, 76 years.
Not me personally. I look for
Right,
76.
no,
But
yeah.
Kiwanis in general.
But, and not always at Franklin County High School.
Right.
But it's been at various locations, and now Franklin County High School has been nice enough to let us be there for the past several years. So it's a great space. When you pull in, you should see some big flashing signs.
Yeah.
I saw some signs out this morning, the small yard signs around town. They were put out yesterday. And it'll just remind folks when and where it is. But when you pull into the Franklin County High School parking lot, it looks like it's empty, but just go across the parking lot to the left side of the building, around back,
Right.
to where the cafeteria is for people that don't know.
Yeah.
And there we are.
you come to the front of the school off of Main Street, and then it's on to the left past the stop sign there,
Right.
and you'll see like the band room, the big yellow band room on the right, and you just keep going into that parking lot, like if folks were going to the gymnasium there, and there's the foyer, yeah. And so it's a nice big space for you all
Oh,
too,
yes.
in that Franklin County High School cafeteria.
And we'll also have basket giveaways, gift basket
Oh, right.
giveaways. We did that last fall for the first time, and we had several nonprofits, and folks will get some free tickets to just enter to win, and we'll be giving those away that morning as well, around 10:30.
Oh, that's awesome.
What kind of goodies are in some of those?
Oh gosh, the nonprofits are providing them. Do you know more about? what
Well,
they're-
they are allowed to bring whatever they want. We've said
Okay, all
they
right.
could bring a gift card or they could bring a gift basket to just kind of let them get creative with that. But it gives our guests an opportunity to walk around, talk with them, meet them, see who they are and what they do. And our guests are going to be given a ticket, and they would put their a raffle ticket in the basket for the nonprofit that had the gift that they like the most that
Okay,
they want to win.
I like that.
We're going to have, so far we've got confirmed Simon House, Yes Arts, El King from Yes Arts. They'll be there. Bridging the Gap, Multiply Church, the Alzheimer's Association, and Capital City Activity Center. So we'd really like to see people come out and interact with those folks. And again, just to hear who they are, what they do.
Good.
Now, what is I want to talk about the planning process for the pancake breakfast, if you don't mind. It's not, you don't pick it up and think about it a month ago, right? Not February, and like, oh, we ought to do a pancake breakfast next
Yeah,
month.
like when this one's over, when will
you'll
you start
probably
planning
start
for the
planning it
next one?
Sunday or Monday right after, right?
Well, after the last one, which I chaired as well, the fall one, they gave me a little break, maybe a month.
Month, yeah.
And
then it's like, all right,
we started
what's
putting
next?
it together again. But they have been doing it for quite a long time, so they kind of know what they're doing. And we've got several wonderful volunteers that are Kiwanis members. We have 85 Kiwanians members, and then about half of them actually help,
really
along with K-Kids, which are elementary folks that are they're indoctrinated into doing community projects. The Key Clubs that are high school kids
Yeah.
are also helping us. And CKI are college kids that help us out with the pancake breakfast as well, with serving and various duties. Some of them were even flipping pancakes last fall.
That's cool. That's a great experience.
So yeah, and when they join Key Club and those other clubs, they actually get 2 years of no dues in Kiwanis for doing that community service. There are 200,000 or more Key Club members worldwide, and there are 4,500 just here between Kentucky and Tennessee that are Key Club members. Okay. So they're doing a lot of good work out there in the high schools.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Key Club, and they do. It's great for the kids. So, in general, if somebody doesn't know, if they hear about Kiwanis Club but they've never been a part of it, and they just wonder kind of what do they do, just give us an overall idea of what kind of work the Kiwanis Club does.
Kiwanis Club, it's about kids. We're all about kids, how we can just plug in and help where we can. I know, for example, I run a reading group each week where we have a group of volunteers. We go out to a local elementary school and read one-on-one with the student. And the goal is to kind of follow that student year after year. But we have several other events that we participate in throughout the year. Sometimes we're cooking hot dogs. Sometimes we're just there parking cars for an event that involves kids, whatever we can do. And right after, actually, some of our volunteers will be working at an Easter egg hunt. That's
right.
Same day. Yeah, it's going to be a long day.
Yeah. And it's like right there at Lakeview Park, right next to it. Yeah. And I know you all help with the longest day of play too as well throughout the year. And I mean, that's just one of many, many events throughout the year you all work with. But tell us about the proceeds for the event, right? They go to the Frankfurt Kiwanis Foundation, right?
Yes. So this is our biggest fundraiser typically of the year. So we need that money to be able to participate in these events and to support the kids in Key Club. We need that money to support them. Also, we have Chuck Fletcher, he's one of our Kiwanians who is running for vice president of Kiwanis International. It's such an honor. I mean, he is traveling everywhere, and we want to be able to support him as well in his run.
Yeah, and we're very familiar with Mr. Fletcher around here, and such a great guy. It's like,
everybody
you
knows
can imagine
him.
Anybody else that would be more suited for that role, I think, than him. Well, you all may have mentioned it, but just real quick, tell us again how, the details of it, and also how much it is to attend the pancake breakfast.
Well, surprise, surprise, we did this last fall. It is donations accepted. So no particular fee to get in to eat pancakes, but we would appreciate all monetary donations.
Right. Do you request folks to come with cash, or do you all have opportunities for
I think
digital?
it's just cash, isn't
just
it?
cash, okay.
Or check, maybe.
We'll just remind viewers to probably bring some dollar bills.
Some kind of paper.
Some kind of paper, yeah.
And we won't turn you away if you don't bring anything.
Oh, sure, yeah.
We would appreciate any donations. And then another surprise we have for the kids, we're going to have some specially designed or custom designed pancakes just for the kids. So if the kids come, just be sure and ask for those, and we'll point them in the right direction.
Okay,
that's very cool.
Kids always love the special pancakes.
Oh yeah.
If they got mouse ears or whatever. But I think it's important also to remind everybody that you said it up front, and for somebody like me doesn't love pancakes, I'll do pancakes, but my ears perked up when you said sausage gravy.
Oh yeah.
And biscuits. So if that's more your speed, you'll have that too, not just pancakes, right?
And sausage.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm excited. That sounds great. And
I think we got it. Unless there's anything else you guys want to cover about it.
Yeah. Anything else you want to?
7:30 to 11 next Saturday at Franklin County High School, and we want to thank our title sponsor, Traditional Bank. And then we also have lots of other sponsors that are doing the placemats. And we have a short stack sponsor. That's new. City National is supposed to be
a short stack
short
sponsor.
stack.
Okay. All right. Thank you all very much, Carol and Miranda, for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Again, Saturday, March 25th from 7:30 to 11. And I hope everybody's out there and takes advantage of that. And good to see you all, and hope we get to see you again soon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Next, Zach, we are going to take a look at some headlines and what else is going on in the community calendar right after this.
In today's fast-paced housing market, you need realtors with experience who understand that timing is essential when finding the perfect home for the right price. Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher are here to ensure that you and your family have a positive experience from start to finish.
Real estate is what we do,
and families are why we do it.
FPB knows reliable internet is more important than ever. It lets us work from home, share life with family and friends, and make vital connections online. To help, qualifying customers can now access the new Affordable Connectivity Program and step up to fast, reliable FPB internet at a savings of up to $30 per month. Learn more about this new opportunity. Visit FPB online today.
Hey, there we are.
Hey!
And just a little switcheroo.
Just a little shifty movie going on here on a Monday morning.
Okay.
Yeah, we're so glad to have Carol and Miranda here to tell us about the pancake breakfast.
And it sounds great. And I'm excited about that. Mm-hmm. So, Zach, let's do Relay for Life. So, on Tuesday, March 21st at 6:30 p.m., at Investors Heritage on 200 Capitol Avenue, join our Franklin County Relay for Life community with the official kickoff for the 2023 fundraising season. This year's kickoff features a mini relay, including team displays and games and refreshments, a luminary service, and opportunities to make an impact with your donation. Kids and adults are welcome to this fun, free, family-friendly evening. Curious about what RFL is or how to get your business or organization involved? Kickoff is the perfect place to learn more. Stop by our informational tables to get one-on-one mentorship from experienced team leaders and committee members to get you started.
And we've got the OCA Connect group going on Wednesday evening at 6:30 at Buck Run Baptist Church on Leestown Road. OCA Connect is a monthly support group designed for families in all stages of the adoption and foster care journey, and OCA stands for Orphan Care Alliance. Connect meetings will feature adoption specialists who can come alongside parents to answer some tough questions throughout the adoption process and provide opportunities to fellowship and encourage other families in a safe and loving environment. That's a cool opportunity to get some questions there answered if you're interested in that. And then also on Wednesday afternoon, it is the Kentucky State Capitol Blood Drive. That'll be at the State Capitol Building, 700 Capitol Avenue. Every drop counts at Kentucky Blood Center. They need 400 donors per day to roll up their sleeves to meet the needs of the 70-plus Kentucky hospitals that they serve. So you can join them March 22nd from 2 to 4 p.m. for the Kentucky State Capitol Blood Drive here in Frankfort. Donors who gallop in to donate blood with Kentucky Blood Center during March and April will receive a limited edition Hold Your Horses KBC t-shirt that you saw on your screen there as a thank you for donating while supplies last. So get your appointments in now. They are preferred, but walk-ins are welcome. You can make an appointment by visiting the my.kybloodcenter.org website. They'll have donor information and schedules there where you can make an appointment.
Let's check out what's going on at the library. On Monday, today, March 20th, 6 to 7:30 p.m., the Paul Sawyer Public Library welcomes Rose Buckner for a performed reading of her solo play, The Reigning Belle of the Bluegrass Region. Inspired by her grandmother's life, Belle is the true story of a Kentucky woman who defied social expectations and risked death threats to marry a Japanese man in 1903. Rose Buckner is an actress, playwright, oral historian, and a teacher. A Kentucky native, now based in Chicago, she has worked in professional theater for 40 years. Buckner has conducted hundreds of oral history interviews, created and performed solo shows based on historical figures such as Eleanor Roosevelt and poet Sarah Teasdale. She taught arts and humanities to incarcerated young people and presented to audiences from all backgrounds and of all ages.
A couple events going on Tuesday, the Teen Homeschool Club at 2:30 in the youth program room. Homeschool teens in grades 6 through 12 can join them for an hour of exploration. Registration is required for that one, and then registration is also required for the Tween Comic Workshop number 2. That'll be at the youth program room on Tuesday at 6:30. You know the basics, but now it's time to show off. Tweens in grades 3 through 5 create a freestyle comic or show off your work in a creative and relaxed environment. Outside work is welcome.
I would have been all about that in the 3rd through 5th grade.
Yeah.
Springtime Science also in the youth program room Wednesday, March 22nd from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. Kids in grades K through 2 explore the science of Mother Nature through fun and amazing springtime experiments. Registration's required for that one. And we've got, with spring comes rain in Kentucky, and we talked with Carrie Lowry, shelter manager at the Franklin County Humane Society, about how to care for your pets leading up to and during a flood event. And here's what she had to say.
I'm Carrie Lowry. I'm the shelter manager for Franklin County Humane Society. And we just wanted to come and talk a little bit about how we can prepare for events like flooding and tornadoes and ice storms even. All those things that affect our electricity, our homes, and our animals. Well, so flooding, Frankfort experiences it in 2 ways. One, the river flooding or Elkhorn Creek, and then flash flooding, right, where the water comes up very quickly and oftentimes there's not a lot of advance notice. When we evacuated the shelter in March of 2021, we actually had several days to prepare for that. We also have an evacuation plan. So we were operating temporary shelters. We had lots of animals in foster homes. We had animals at other facilities. So that other thing then would be for people to, with flooding, obviously having your animal in a crate might be more problematic. But if you can carry the crate, then you can move your animal out of the flooded area. I would just echo what emergency management would always say, which is, you know, if they tell you to evacuate, it's time to go. Even if you have to keep your animals in your car temporarily. All of our emergency management folks know if there's a disaster, they can contact us to help with temporary housing of animals. There's lots of good people here in town. So those are the kinds of things that you want to think about if you anticipate that you may be affected by a flood, is to have a plan for where your animals could go if you're out of your home for a period of time. The risk of flood is actually sort of a spring and fall, because we do have, oftentimes we have a wet fall. And so we've certainly had events in the fall where the river has reached close to a threatening level for us, which we now know because of the last flood is at about 41 feet. So we know if it's getting over 38 feet, it's time for us to pack up and go.
Lots of great information there from Carrie Lowry. And for more information and resources, you can always visit the Humane Society's website at fchsanimals.org or their Facebook page at fchsky.org. And shout out to Brett, too, Director Brett, putting that together and talking to Carrie. And yeah, lots of great information, and always nice to see, reminding folks that they need to have a severe weather plan, right? As we've seen with flooding and then the wind and storm damage from a couple weeks ago. Like it's always important to kind of develop that flood plans and storm plan.
Once it happens,
keeping your animals in mind as well. Yeah. Always important stuff. And then also seeing the flooding there of from the Humane Society. It's just nice to see. Or to consider that they will be moving into that new building soon, you know, and then I know they've had flooding issues in the past there at their current location, so really excited for them to move into their nice new facility.
We didn't have weather today, but everybody knows Dylan Goday is our guy and normally gives us those Monday, Wednesday, Friday reports.
Yep. Tells us when our go day is.
Yeah, tailored for Frankfort, and so we appreciate that. And being that's the case, you guys went and visited Dylan Goday in his stomping grounds. And we're going to have a full segment on that, where we visit with Dylan Goday. The Around 10 crew goes to visit, and but for now, we've got just a little taste, a little snippet.
Yeah, that's right. And hair choices wise, would you go back to the
again?
The Bieber
I've
look?
tried to suggest that, but yeah, it's been shot. I said frosted tips, but I'd also like to get a lightning bolt shaved in the side of my head. I think that would be awesome. It's weather, but that's also one thing. Everybody says you don't want to be too distracting to what the weather's happening on the board behind you, which I think a lightning bolt in my head would be a little bit distracting. But yeah, I think a meteorologist with a lightning bolt shaved in their head, pretty iconic.
Is he taller? He looks a little taller there than I would have expected.
Yeah, I don't, maybe the guys can weigh in. Everyone's taller than me, so I have no gauge for how tall people are. I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
He may
All
be
right.
like 5'9" or 5'10",
so
something like
about
that.
my size then.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was so nice to meet him. I'm really excited for folks at home to be able to see the full interview on our show on Wednesday, and then we'll have that as a separate clip on YouTube as well. And
did you get a whole different flavor of Dylan Goday being in person with him? Like, was the personality different than maybe you would have expected? Because I mean, he's very business when he's on doing the weather.
Yeah, you just never know sometimes, with folks on TV, and hopes people people see us on TV and hope that we're pretty similar. I think when you see us out in public, so you never know, like if somebody's just totally different. But it's like, no, super nice kid, super nice guy. Loved meeting with him and chatting with him, and of course we appreciate those weather reports here, and it was nice kind of to see him in his element, and we got to stick around and see the 12 o'clock news until their first break. So it was cool to be able to see him do a live weather hit in front of the green screen. Yeah.
All right. So looking forward to that. Make sure you guys keep your eyes peeled for that one. That's going to be a lot of fun. Let's check in with our question of the day. We asked you, what's something you wish you didn't love? And listen, step it up, people. I need to know. I know people have an answer for this one. I feel like like everybody's got an answer for this one. Zach McDonald, we were talking about movies earlier, Zach, and you were talking about how you feel like all the movies are longer now than they have been, and so Zach says that the average length of the top 10 grossing movies from 2021 was 2 hours and 10 minutes, and that's almost 20% more than the average in 1990.
Wow.
Yeah, because I mean, the 90-minute movie, which is what I grew up with, I feel like has just gone away. And
it's rare.
It's
like reserved for the comedy. Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah. If I pull one off the shelf and I'm like looking like I've got under 2 hours, because you can't I can't remember the last time I've got under 2 hours. Can I watch a movie? And I can't. There's nothing. No. But yeah, when I pull one off the shelf and I look at it, and it's like 90, 89 minutes or something like that. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. But anyway, what else is going on Facebook?
Let's see. You already read this one, but Hank Lindsley says, back when movies were movies. And I love that take, right? We used to build things. Yeah. I love that take. Shout out to the meter readers from Sean Bennett. Keep that trend going. Absolutely. Always shout out the meter readers. Brett Smith says he's got to go with Taco Tico. You had that?
We used to have one in Danville, so I grew up. That was the only thing we had in Danville.
Is it just like fast food tacos?
Yeah, it's very much like Taco Bell, except it was way better back in the day. Taco Bell got better, but yeah, I much preferred when I was a kid Taco Tico.
Papa Zack McDonald has a great one. Probably got to say, I hate to love caffeine. That's another one. That's one where you kind of you're not a coffee drinker though, right?
I'm not.
Yeah, which I think you're probably lucky to. It's like, I love coffee. I have a give and take. I love it, but then also sometimes I kind of wish that I didn't have to have it at this point every day. But I think I held off until being at home with from COVID is when I fully embraced the coffee every day.
Yeah, I think I want to develop a taste for coffee because I want to be an old man who sits around after every meal, even dinners, and sips coffee. I just that's what I want to do when I get old. And but I think it's going to have to be tons of cream for me to do that. That's
me. Yeah. I don't put sugar in coffee. It's just coffee, and then I have creamer. I'll use almond or oat creamer kind of thing, vanilla.
I think I'm going to be probably like 80% cream.
Yeah. Please leave room in my cream for a little bit of a splash of coffee. Yeah.
My dad wants to talk UK basketball.
All caps, UK basketball. So we may carve out some space.
Basketball talk. Like I could call him after the show. Yeah, if he's the only one that wants to hear it. But
we may have to set up like a Kirby calls in deal, right? And you guys just hash it out for a little while on the show.
Maybe we could go out and watch him like paint a big mural on a wall sometime, which I always think is pretty amazing.
Amazing artist. Yeah, absolutely. Miss Stephanie says she wishes she didn't love McDonald's Coca-Cola. Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot of people, and people will swear that the McDonald's Coke, and especially Diet Coke. I hear
a
this
lot of people say the Diet Coke too.
The Diet Coke is better than anywhere else. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
What McDonald's is doing, what they're like, spiking it with, but
yeah. I don't know. I think if I had to go like food and drink wise to answer our question of the day, one that comes to mind for me too is like just in general beer and like B-dubs, like wings. It's hard. I can't. It's it'll mess with my stomach the next day, but I'm like, it feels so good the first time going through.
yeah. I get that. I totally get that. All right, let's do some headlines.
Yeah. So for the third straight year, Frankfort Regional Medical Center has been recognized by Health Grades as a 2023 Patient Safety Excellence Award recipient. This distinction places Frankfort Regional Medical Center among the top 5% of all short-term acute care hospitals as evaluated by Health Grades. The Health Grades Patient Safety Excellence Award evaluates the safety and quality of care at a hospital by measuring the rate at which serious, potentially preventable complications and adverse events occurred in the hospital. So shout out, congratulations to the Frankfort Regional Medical Center.
We've also got a little FPB news. This is just a reminder, Zach, that if you're not signed up on the portal, that it exists, it's out there. I am signed up on the portal, and sometimes I forget about it just because and you can set up the portal to either send you email notifications or you can get text messages like, here's your bill, you got a bill, and it's super convenient.
Yeah, I always appreciate that.
Yeah. I need to set up the text reminders because I get an email and it's like, here's how much you owe, and then I go pay it, and then I completely forget. And every once in a while I want to go on there and like, oh yeah, I've got the portal. I can get on there and check my like usage and see what. Yeah. There's more coming, but the way they've built it up, and there's a live usage map. Anyway, my FBB includes online bill view, pay your bill online, no additional charge, which is huge for some people. So I know people that are doing extra charges and like using their debit card and stuff. You don't have to. It's real easy on the portal.
Also, you don't have to drive
with e-check.
Like if you've got internet access and you're an FBB customer, you don't have to go to the admin building on Flint Avenue. We'd love to have you there, and if you
never have to
pay your bill, it's
never
fine.
have to go over there.
You don't have to drive. You just do that. I was telling Kathy, we talked about this a little on Friday. It takes me maybe 15 seconds all told to pay my bill.
Right. And if you're not doing that, then you're doing it wrong. I mean, we love to see you. By all means, swing by. But you do not have to go to the plant board building ever if you don't want to. As far as paying bills go, you can see your payment history. You've got a single login for multiple FBB accounts. Like if you've got multiple locations that you're,
and like the Watch TV Everywhere stuff is
right through that.
Yep.
It's totally you need to have your login for MyFBB for that. Billing notifications, so again, by email or text or by phone. Have you decide, and if you have questions about your FBB account, you don't even have to call if you don't want to. You can just log in to MyFBB. And so it's your information when you need it, and just go to my.fpb.cc to register for your portal account. If you haven't registered, you definitely need to. Again, they're adding features all the time. It's been built up. It's amazing. It's really useful. But if for people like me, if you do have it and you just forget about it, check it out. Just log on and go peruse around, because when they first opened it, there wasn't as much as there is now, and now it's like it's super. It's got it going on. So.
Yeah, the IT department did a great job developing that website and that app. And it's a lot of folks probably know about it, but it's nice to remind them every so often that that's a thing that exists.
Tell me what's going on Cable 10.
next couple of days on Cable 10. Starting tonight at 5 p.m., we've got City Commission work session from last week, just a re-air of that. And then a re-airing as well from the KSU International Jazz Day concert from April of 2021. They're gearing up for a lot of nice jazz month and jazz day stuff coming up in April of this year as well. So just kind of gearing people up for that. And then Tuesday at 5 p.m., they'll have a live FPB Board of Directors regular meeting, and it will also be live on the FPB Facebook page.
Okay. Our own David Columbia has the inside McDonald's info. He says McDonald's has a different mix in their sodas. They factor in the melting of ice, so the drinks taste stronger or different. So I guess you basically, you know, on the fountain machines, you've got the carbonated water, and you've got the soda syrup, and then it goes in. So I guess they tweak theirs to be a little more syrup than everybody else.
Oh.
I would guess that's how that works.
That's probably why everybody talks about it, and it keeps them coming back. It's that high fructose corn syrup just driving you to the drive-thru.
Give me all that corn syrup. Let's heat things up. Dad's the only one that wants to talk about UK basketball, so
you might just like call
Yeah.
Call Hervey. I mean, I'm here for you if you need to break down more.
Yeah, I mean, it was a weird game, Zach. Let's see if I can do it real quick. The first half was chaos. They had 11 turnovers in the first half.
Yeah, I'm glad that our guys had this ready for you, in case we needed to go there.
It was just a mess. Mm-hmm. The first half was a complete mess. I feel like if that hadn't been, Oscar was weird because he'd have a great play and then he's turning around and throwing all kinds of passes to nobody and concussing our own players and like just kneeing them in the head and. Yeah, again, I feel if Case and Wallace hadn't been out for like the last 4 minutes of the first half, then maybe you don't give up a lead. Like there's a lot of things that could have made a difference in that game. The second half, they made good adjustments, and I'll give Cal and all the coaches credit on that. The second half looked a lot better, and they were loose, and it wasn't like last year. But Antonio Reeves goes 0 for 14. To start the game. How often is that going to happen? He had been averaging like 27 points in the last 3 games, and he goes 0 for 14, hits 1 3 at the very end when it doesn't matter.
Who's the guy that fouled out that had like 0 points or 2 points?
It was probably Reeves, right?
Maybe, or Toppin?
Toppin was hit one. Yeah, he hit one. Did he hit one shot? So they were like together.
I was surprised because I thought he played. Because I actually watched Friday.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that he seemed to play really well, and then he fouled out yesterday.
Both
and
of them
the
played
stat
great.
line was like fouled out.
2
points or 0, whatever it was.
Toppin and Reeves played great the game before. In this game, they went 2 for 20 or something like that. So anyway.
Is your guy Shibwe? Is he coming back?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'd be really surprised if he came back again. He could, but I don't know that Cal will want him to come back. There was a lot of rumble behind the scenes about something was between those two. It was not. Oh. He was different coming back this year, and there was the beginning of the year. There's a whole lot of every time he scored a basket, there was a lot of flexing. He was acting different, and then you got a lot of rumble that those two weren't seeing eye to eye, and he I don't know. So I kind of feel like they'll be like, thanks, but if you want to go, I think coach is going to be like, that's okay with us if you want to go elsewhere.
And that's one thing I know about Cal is he seems to encourage kids. Like if that year is the year they can get a good draft prospect.
And that's not going to be the case for Oscar. Oscar's probably, if he gets drafted at all, it would be late in the second round. And
really, that was my one takeaway. Like one of my only notes from Friday was like, they say his name a lot.
They do.
Like Shibwe.
Oh yeah.
And then I looked up and he has like 18 rebounds.
They were Ian Eagle was very impressed by the rebounding.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would get up and I would wash a dish or do something. I would just hear Shibwe from halfway across the room.
Yeah. I think he can be a pro if he gets a 3-point shot. And some people say, I've heard Matt Jones say he can't, but I don't know. I think he can. I think he can. Anytime he sets out to add an element to his game, he's always done it. So I think he can, but he might have to start off in like the G League or overseas or something. Okay, that's enough. I'll call Dad. We can commiserate. Are you game? New Mexico Game and Fish seeks professional bear huggers. In today's installment of news that should delight me.
Yep.
Yes. The New Mexico Department of Game and Fish is seeking to hire professional bear huggers. I'm glad you all know this about me, too.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Right.
Yep. Sign me up.
If if we don't see Scott again on next Monday, we'll know that he applied and accepted the position in Mexico.
Yeah. Finish this up for me. I'm just going to look at pictures.
Oh, absolutely. Here's a quick job description just for you.
Okay.
Get it in your mind before you apply. Must have ability to hike in strenuous conditions, have the courage to crawl into a bear den, and have the trust in your coworkers to keep you safe during the process. The department wrote in the lighthearted post announcing the application deadline for the next class of conservation officers. The post includes photos of officers holding bear cubs, as we saw there, as part of a research project in northern New Mexico, offering applicants a chance to have the, quote, experience of a lifetime, while pointing out, quote, not all law enforcement field is this glamorous. The post warns against crawling into bear dens or feeding bears, adding, if you do, our officers will have to have a chat with you.
Yeah.
So let's keep it to bear hugging, right? Yeah. They're taking applications for conservation officer trainees online through March 30th. So
if you need to be told, don't go crawling into bear dens, they're letting you know. I don't know why you would need to know that, but it's not a good idea to do it on your own. I'm on board though. Let me hug baby bears. I'm all about this. There are those places that you can go and like hug tiger cubs and stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
And I've never done that because I think it's pretty clear that they take advantage of. They're not good places and they breed tigers, so that you can constantly have a turnover of getting people to come and hug the cubs, and so it's not good for.
Yeah, those are not like official wildlife conservation.
No.
These aren't trusted professionals.
So even though I wanted to so bad, because there's nothing I'd rather do than, hug tiger cubs and stuff like that, the lion cubs, I can't do it. But I could go to New Mexico, and it's all on the up and up, and for a good reason to hug wild bears.
And you're helping them, yeah.
Yep.
Should we talk, probably have time for one more story, maybe?
Yeah.
One more. Girl Scout cookies?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So as Girl Scout cookie season unfortunately comes to an end for the year, the Raspberry Rally, a take on the staple Thin Mint that made its debut in 2022, has become hard to find unless you look on third-party resellers like eBay. Quick aside, I love Thin Mints and I love raspberries, and I've never had or heard of those.
Okay.
So they sound pretty good to me.
Sounds like they've hit a home run here.
Yeah. If you hadn't heard of Raspberry Rally until right now, it might be because it's the first Girl Scout cookie to be sold exclusively online. Troops have struggled to keep up with demand, according to online magazine Mental Floss. And the cookie's popularity combined with food supply shortages means that they likely won't be back in stock in many markets until next year. Rally lovers have turned to third-party retailers in desperation. Consider that boxes were...
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, come on. People.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the numbers on the screen.
This is stupid. Don't do this. You got a problem.
Initially, they're priced at $5 each. Now, individual boxes are listed in the neighborhood of $30, which actually seems reasonable compared to the cases.
But this is live.
This is what we're seeing live on TV, and that's $2.50 or best offer.
Yeah. If Brett's doing this, Brett, check the sold box of like what they've actually sold for recently. Right. I'm curious to see, but it sounds like some of these people wish they didn't love Girl Scout cookies if they're paying $300 a box. Like that's their answer.
Yep. But we do encourage folks, right, that buying from a local troop directly ensures a superior product. I guess buying Girl Scout cookies or any food on eBay gives you no guarantee this resold version won't be expired, tampered with, or already eaten. I feel like that's a good rule, right?
Yeah.
Like stick to buying weird VHS tapes on eBay or like band shirts from 40 years ago. Yeah. Let's not buy food.
No. We're out of time because I talked about UK basketball, but you can tune back here on Wednesday and hear about three-legged elephants and all the other fun stories that are yet to come in this script. If you don't follow us on social media, make sure you do that on Facebook. Search for Cable 10 and the Plant Board's main page. If you haven't subscribed on YouTube, you need to do that. Get all our archive programming there. Hit the notifications bell if you want to be notified when we go live. And if you have any comments or questions, send those to cable10@fewpb.com or send them to the text machine at 502-353-0233. Boom. And thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks to our guests for coming in and waiting while I went on and on.
Dissected the weekend. Thanks to Carol and Miranda. Kiwanis Breakfast coming up on Saturday. Also, thanks to Brett and Zack behind the scenes, working on the script and punching the show today and working our guests in and out. Really appreciate that.
Tune back in on Wednesday, hear about the Texas House Flip Massacre.
Now we've said it, so we're going to make them do it. Yeah. But also the Dylan interview.
All right.
Find out the full.
Is that Wednesday?
Dylan. Yeah,
the
Wednesday.
Full interview?
We'll have it Wednesday.
Tune in Wednesday, see Dylan Go Day. It's fun. And remember, if it happens around town.
It's on around 10. Around 10 is brought to you by Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher. You need realtors who can help navigate the current fast-paced real estate market, so choose local realtors that treat you like family, because real estate is what they do and families are why they do it.